Meet Maya. She is 30 years old. She is smart. She has a master's degree. She gives her friends great advice about their relationships. Last month, her best friend left her for someone else, and Maya helped her see clearly. So everyone, including Maya, is confused about why she cannot leave the person who is bad for her. She has tried. 3 times she has packed a bag. 3 times she has unpacked it. Something keeps pulling her back. Something she does not have a word for. Yet. If you have ever wondered why a smart person stays, it is not because they are weak. It is not because they like the pain. There is a real scientific reason. And the moment you understand it, you can finally start to break free. From the outside, Maya looks like she has it all together. She has a job she likes at a publishing company. She has an apartment full of books. She has a small dog named Pepper. She runs 3 times a week. She makes her bed every morning. She is the friend everyone goes to when their lives fall apart. But Maya has a partner. We will call him Jay. And the relationship with Jay is the one part of her life that does not make sense to anyone, including her. On the good days, Jay is wonderful. He is funny. He is romantic. He brings her flowers when she is sad. He looks at her like she is the only person in the world. On those days, Maya feels like she is glowing. Then there are the bad days. On bad days, Jay goes cold. He goes silent for hours. He says cruel things and laughs them off as jokes. He twists Maya's words until she apologizes for things she did not do. He makes her feel small in front of his friends. And then, just when she is about to break, he turns the warmth back on. Bring her coffee. Says he is sorry. Says he was just stressed. And she breathes again. Her friends have noticed. Her best friend asked, gently, "Are you okay?" Maya said, "Yes, he is just going through a hard time." Her sister asked, "Why does he talk to you like that?" Maya said, "You do not see him on the good days." Her therapist asked, "What would you tell a friend in this relationship?" And Maya did not have an answer. She knows what people would say. Just leave. It seems so simple from the outside. But every time she gets close to the door, something pulls her back. A memory of the good days. A fear of what comes after. A voice that says, "But he loves me." A voice that says, "But I love him." And then the cycle starts again. Then one night, she searched for 2 simple words, trauma bond, and everything started to make sense. Here is the first big idea. A trauma bond is not just attachment. It is a special kind of glue. A glue made out of unpredictability. Scientists call it intermittent reinforcement. That is a fancy phrase. The everyday version is, you never know which version of them you are going to get. Imagine a slot machine. If a slot machine paid out every single time, you would get bored. If it never paid out, you would walk away. But what if it paid out sometimes? Randomly? With no pattern? Your brain cannot stop pulling the lever. You have to find out. Maybe this time. Maybe the next pull. The brain falls in love with maybe. Casinos make billions of dollars off this exact wiring. A bad partner runs on the same wiring. Sometimes they are kind. Sometimes they are cruel. There is no way to predict which one. Your brain becomes obsessed with cracking the code. If I am quieter, will I get the kind one? If I am more helpful, will I get the kind one? You stop being a partner. You start being a slot machine player. And the machine is winning. Here is the second big idea. The trauma bond is not just psychological. It lives in your body. 2 chemicals are doing most of the damage. Cortisol and dopamine. Stay with me. This is the part where the relationship actually starts to make biological sense. When the bad days hit, your body floods with cortisol, the stress chemical. Your heart pounds, your stomach knots, your nervous system goes into alarm mode. This feels terrible, but it is also intense. Your body is wide awake. Every cell is paying attention. You feel more alive in this state than in most of your normal life. Then, when the good days come back, your body floods with dopamine, the reward chemical. The same chemical that lights up when someone gets a notification on their phone, or wins a prize, or eats their favorite food. After the cortisol storm, the dopamine feels like heaven, like coming up for air after almost drowning. The kindness, does not feel like normal kindness. It feels like a rescue. Here is the third big idea. Cortisol and dopamine together do something cruel to your memory. They make the bad days fuzzy and the good days sharp. Trauma scrambles details. So when you try to remember why you are leaving, the worst moments come back as a blur. But the good moments come back in Technicolor. This is why people who have been hurt say, "But he was not always like this." They are not lying. Their brains are not letting them have the full picture. Picture two photo albums. One album has clear photos of every flower and every sweet moment. The other album has the bad memories, but the photos are torn, smudged, half there. When you flip through them side by side, the good album looks bigger. Even though, on a calendar, it never was. And that is why staying feels like loyalty, not pain. Your brain shows you the highlights reel. It hides the rest. You think you are in love with a person. You are actually in love with a memory, a version of them that mostly does not exist anymore. You are loyal to a ghost. Here is the fourth big idea. Over time, a trauma bond does something quiet and devastating. It erodes who you are. Slowly. So slowly that you do not notice. The hobbies you used to love, you have stopped doing. The friends you used to see, you stopped seeing. The opinions you used to have, you stopped sharing. Not because anyone forbade it. Because every time you brought it up, the air got cold. So you learned not to bring it up. You become smaller. You learn to read the room before you read yourself. Before you say anything, you check the weather of their face. Is it safe to mention this? Is it safe to feel that? You become an expert at managing them, and a stranger to yourself. A friend asks how you are doing, and you realize you do not know. You have not checked in with yourself in months. This is why leaving feels like losing yourself, not freeing yourself. Because you have already lost so much of yourself inside the relationship that the relationship feels like the only place that holds the pieces, even though it is the place that took them in the first place. That is the bond. It is real, and it is not your fault. And here is the most important thing to know. None of this means you are weak. None of this means you are stupid. Your brain is doing exactly what brains are designed to do. Bond, survive, hope. The wiring that traps you here is the same wiring that keeps people loyal to family, devoted to children, faithful to friends. It is not broken. It is just being used against you. So how do you start to come back? 4 steps. Starting today. Step 1. Tell one safe person the truth. Not the polished version. Not the version where you defend them. The real version. Pick one person you trust. A friend who has known you for years. A therapist, a helpline, a family member who has shown they will listen. Say the actual sentences. Last week, this happened. Yesterday, this happened. Saying it out loud to someone safe breaks the spell of secrecy. Trauma bonds need silence to grow. Honest words are sunlight. You may feel guilty afterward. That is the bond fighting to keep its grip. The guilt is not the truth. The words you said are the truth. Step 2. Make a paper list of the bad days. Your memory will not let you keep them. Paper will. Get a small notebook. Each time something bad happens, write the date and one sentence. Just facts. No feelings yet. The night he called me names. The morning she threw my book across the room. The dinner, he humiliated me in front of his friends. Hide the notebook somewhere safe. Read it on a calm day. Your brain will try to soften the list. The paper will not let it. The paper is your second memory. Step 3. Reconnect with one piece of yourself. Pick something small. Something that was yours before this relationship. A book you used to read. A song you used to play. A walk you used to take. A friend you used to call. Do that thing this week. Just once. You are not trying to fix everything. You are just leaving a tiny breadcrumb back to who you were. Breadcrumbs add up. Eventually, they make a path. Step 4. If you can, Talk to someone trained in this. A therapist who knows trauma. A counselor at a domestic abuse hotline, even if you are not sure your situation counts. It probably counts. Trained people will not tell you what to do. They will help you see clearly when your own brain is trying to protect you from seeing. They are not magic. They are mirrors. And after a long time of looking into a foggy mirror, a clear one feels like coming home. You do not have to commit to leaving to call. You can just call to talk. That is allowed. That is a beginning. So, back to Maya. She did not leave the next day. Or the next week. But she told her sister the truth. She started a paper list. She picked up the watercolors she used to paint with. And 6 months later, on a quiet afternoon, she packed a bag for the 4th time. And this time, she did not unpack it. Pepper came with her. The books came with her. And, slowly, so did the parts of herself she thought were gone for good. If you are in this right now, you are not stupid. You are not crazy. You are not broken. You are bonded by chemistry and memory and love that got tangled up with fear. Tangled is not the same as trapped. With time, with help, with one safe person, the knot can come loose. You can come home to yourself. If this video helped you, share it with someone who might need it. They might not be able to ask for it themselves. Watch the next video for more. We will see you there.